A radiant voice was silenced, yet the quiet that followed spoke volumes. In Ananda Lewis's enduring legacy, we unravel the heartbreaking loss of Ananda Lwis, a trailblazing MTV host and fierce advocate who left us at just 52. For weeks, her husband, Harry Smith, stayed silent, but his recent words have left the world in awe. What truths did Ananda conceal from her fans? What unfolded in her final moments? How is her memory being celebrated in a way that's touching hearts across the globe? This is a story that will linger in your soul. If you came of age in the late 1990s or early 2000s, Ananda Lwis wasn't just a face on your TV screen. She was a cultural force, bold and unapologetic, whose compassion and authenticity resonated deeply. As an MTV VJ, talk show host and activist, she amplified Black voices, challenged systemic wrongs, and stayed true to her principles, even when the industry pushed back. Now her absence leaves a void, with fans grappling with grief and unanswered questions. Even more startling are the private struggles she faced, the tender tribute from Harry Smith, and the pain she kept hidden from those closest to her. We've sifted through every verified source, every heartfelt statement, and every tribute to paint a complete picture, beyond the fleeting headlines. This video dives into the depths of Ananda's unseen battles, her profound love story with Harry, and the shattering moment he learned she was gone. We'll take you inside her intimate farewell ceremony and explore why fans are outraged at the media for sidelining her legacy. We'll close with the inspiring ways her impact is being honored worldwide by those determined to keep her spirit alive. This isn't merely the story of a celebrity's passing. It's a testament to resilience, love, and a legacy that refuses to fade. Stay with us because this journey may forever change how you see Ananda Lwis. After this opening, we'll reveal the secret health fight she waged in silence and why even her dearest friends were unaware of its gravity. The news of Ananda Lwis's death at 52 sent shockwaves through her global fan base, leaving them confused, devastated, and desperate for answers. How could someone so full of life, who once inspired millions with her fearless energy, vanish so suddenly? Unbeknownst to most, Ananda had been quietly battling stage 3 breast cancer for years. In a raw, emotional video she shared in 2020, which many discovered only after her passing, she disclosed a diagnosis she'd received over a year earlier. Choosing privacy, she distrusted conventional medicine and rejected what she described as harsh treatments, surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation. Instead, she turned to holistic approaches, embracing nutrition, natural remedies, and emotional healing. She once shared, "Watching my mother endure cancer treatment broke my heart. I promised myself I'd forge a different path if faced with the same." Her choice sparked heated discussions. Some admired her courage to follow her convictions, while others feared she'd waited too long to act. Tragically, when she finally revealed her condition, the cancer had progressed significantly. Yet she pressed on, working quietly on projects, nurturing her son, and advocating for wellness with the same passion that made her a star. Behind closed doors, her fight was grueling, marked by hopeful moments and crushing lows. Friends noted she rarely spoke of her suffering, always putting her son, family, and personal strength first. She refused to be pitied, determined to control her narrative, and never appeared defeated. Shockingly, even her closest celebrity friends were unaware of how dire her situation had become. A confidant told a magazine, "Ananda was our rock, always asking how we were. She didn't let us see her pain." While her resilience inspired some, others now question whether they overlooked signs or if a different path might have changed the outcome. We may never fully understand the extent of her struggle, but her quiet courage, fighting on her own terms, demands remembrance. The most poignant chapter of this story, however, lies in the personal life she guarded so fiercely. Ananda Lwis shaped culture and inspired generations, but her private world was her sanctuary. Unlike many celebrities who shared their romances online, she kept her love life out of the public eye, far from judgment or scandal. In the wake of her passing, fans are only now discovering the profound connection she shared with her husband, Harry Smith, a man who stayed out of the spotlight but was her pillar in her final years. Who is Harry Smith, and why is his tribute reducing people to tears around the world? Their bond was built on quiet strength and shared values. Harry isn't a public figure or media personality. He's a steady private man who works in holistic health, a field that resonated with Ananda's commitment to natural healing. They met nearly a decade ago, long after she stepped back from the television world. Their relationship wasn't rooted in fame or glamour, but in mutual respect, shared beliefs, and a commitment to raising their son away from Hollywood's glare. For years, they lived a serene life, blending wellness practices, parenting, and selective creative projects. According to family, Harry was Ananda's anchor during her cancer journey, overseeing her treatments, caring for their son, and providing the emotional support she rarely sought publicly. A close friend shared, Harry was her safe harbor. He didn't try to solve her pain. He simply held space for her to be authentic, even in her darkest moments. At Ananda's private funeral, Harry broke his silence with a letter that left attendees speechless. His voice cracked as he read, "The world cherished her, but I knew her soul. She was more than a voice or a symbol. She was fierce yet soft, bold yet fragile. She was my heart's home." He continued, "She left this world on her own terms, with dignity and the fire that first drew me to her." Addressing their son, he said, "Your mom didn't lose a fight. She lived every moment with purpose. Hold her smile close and she'll never leave you." The letter, initially shared through fan pages and later by Ananda's inner circle, went viral, with thousands moved by its raw sincerity. Fans noted it unveiled the private Ananda, a woman who found solace in a love that didn't need the world's applause to be true. When a figure like Ananda Lwis passes, the world often expects a grand, publicized farewell, with cameras flashing and celebrities in attendance. But Ananda chose a different path. Her funeral was intimate, deeply spiritual, and shielded from the public. Held in a tranquil sanctuary in Northern California, surrounded by towering trees and healing energy, it was a space of pure love and grief, free of media intrusion. The ceremony welcomed about 60 close friends and family, including figures from music, television, and wellness communities. But no paparazzi knew its location. Guests were asked to leave phones outside, honoring Ananda's wish for no photos, no social media, and no distractions from the raw emotions in the room. At the altar stood a simple portrait, not the polished MTV star, but Ananda in her truth, scarf-wrapped head, eyes glowing with quiet strength. Her favorite flowers, purple orchids and white lilies, adorned the frame. A dear friend opened the service saying, "This isn't a goodbye. It's a celebration of how Ananda awakened us, urged us to speak boldly, love deeply, and live fully, even in fear." Halfway through, the room fell silent as AJ Calloway, Ananda's former co-host from BET's 106 and Park and early MTV collaborator, slipped in unannounced. His presence stunned everyone. He hadn't posted online or confirmed his attendance. Whispers of a past rift had circulated, but he walked to the altar, took a steadying breath, and spoke without a script. "Forget the rumors. Ananda was my sister. She challenged me, guided me, and stood by me. We argued, we mended, and I'm who I am because of her." Quiet sobs filled the space. He placed a hand on her photo, whispered something private, and left with tears streaming. His unscripted moment became the service's most unforgettable, discussed even by celebrities who later expressed regret for not attending. Notably, some expected attendees, like a former MTV executive who once championed Ananda, and certain entertainers who'd praised her, were absent, fueling online debates about their motives. A fan tweeted, "They shouted her name when she was on top, but now they're silent. That's not love, it's convenience." Yet in that sacred space, Ananda's impact shone brightly, her farewell unforgettable. In the days following her passing, her family revealed a breathtaking discovery. A letter Ananda penned to be read privately after her death, meant solely for those she held dearest. Shared anonymously by someone close, its contents are now partially known, and they're far more than a farewell. They're a reflection, a call to action, and a caution. Found in her cherished leather-bound journal, filled with poetry, affirmations, and spiritual musings from her health journey, the letter was titled, "If You Ever Forget Who I Was." Written in her final weeks, it began with grace and honesty. The world loved the me on their screens, but I was the woman tending herbs at dawn, the mom who feared she fell short, the soul who found peace in stillness, not crowds. That's who I want you to hold close. To her son, she wrote, "My sweet boy, your mom didn't just endure. She lived loudly, imperfectly, and with boundless love. Surpass me, and I'll still be proud." To women, particularly Black mothers, she urged, "Stop waiting for others to see your worth. Don't shrink to ease their comfort. I lost years doing that. Don't follow my mistake." She added, "Black women are fading quietly, not just from illness, but from exhaustion, stress, and carrying the world. You deserve care, gentleness, and more than survival." These words echoed her lifelong advocacy for wellness, healing, and equity. A fan who read a leaked excerpt said, "She didn't just exist. She taught us to live fuller, even in her absence." Ananda also addressed the media's betrayal, writing, "This industry never truly cared for me. They used me until I no longer served their purpose. I stayed silent too long, but now I say, protect your peace. No career is worth your soul." She closed with haunting yet uplifting words. "Don't grieve me too long. Take what I've given and share it. Be fierce, be soft, be true. If you sense me, it's because I'm still with you." Those who heard it were left speechless, some weeping, others holding their breath, grappling with its profound weight. Ananda's passing at 52 jolted the world, her name trending across Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and even LinkedIn. Her death became a digital sanctuary where people of all walks united to mourn, reflect, and honor her. Celebrities poured out tributes, some deeply moving, others sparking debate. Jada Pinkett Smith shared a tearful Instagram video saying, "Ananda was my sister, my mirror. I'm still lost without her." Oprah Winfrey posted a quote from Ananda's early speeches, noting her fearless truth-telling, even when it cost her, made her eternal. Yet fans called out some stars who lauded her after her death, but ignored her advocacy during her life, particularly her holistic health journey and breast cancer awareness efforts. A viral comment read, "You share her words now, but where were you when she spoke on healing and health? Give people their due while they're here." Thousands of fans shared how Ananda empowered them to embrace their truth, reject society's beauty standards, or prioritize their well-being. One tweeted, "At 16, Ananda showed me I didn't need to fit TV's mold. That freed me." Black women flooded platforms with videos, poems, and TikToks under hashtags like #Live Like Ananda and Wellness Warrior, celebrating her courage to live and depart on her terms. The holistic health community, where Ananda championed natural healing, responded powerfully. Critics had challenged her rejection of conventional treatment, but supporters said she exposed medical inequities and the importance of patient choice. New campaigns in her honor, like monthly self-exam initiatives, patient advocacy drives, and calls for respectful dialogue on treatment options, have emerged. Ananda's voice echoes louder than ever. Her path from MTV icon to quiet healer offers a roadmap for living boldly and leaving a legacy of purpose. Whether you knew her as the fierce host with sharp wit or the spiritual mother tending her garden, one truth remains: Ananda Lwis mattered. Her story endures, carried forward by all who share it.